As many of you may or may not know, there are 5 elements in Chinese medicine. The 5 elements are metal, water, wood, fire, and earth. And today, we're going to talk about the metal element. When we're talking about the elements in Chinese medicine, we're talking about a map that describes the territory of life. And your life, all the things going on in your body can be described in these elements. Now, the metal element is associated with certain organs, certain seasons, certain emotions, certain mental qualities, and even certain spiritual aspects. So metal element is associated with the lungs and the large intestine within the body. These would be called the paired organs, the yin and the yang. Yin is lungs and yang is large intestines. Now, there's also in the metal element areas of influence. The area of influence for the metal element is the skin. Now, all 3 of these, skin, lungs, large intestine, are organs of elimination. They detoxify the body. We sweat through the skin, we eliminate through the large intestine, we exhale carbon dioxide through the lungs. They're all about letting go of what is no longer needed. So emotionally, the lungs can be seen as a letting go. What do we need to let go of? So if we look at the psychology of the metal element, we can say, what do we need to let go of from our past? And it affects our breathing. For example, if we're holding on to the past, we don't exhale as much as we could. We kind of hold on to it. And then we're not clearing the body's old energy to make room for new energy to come in. So when we talk about the metal element, we're going to talk about the lungs mainly. Because the lungs are the yin organ, it's where we receive energy from. From there, the energy will then go to the large intestine and the skin. So these organ systems and these elements really are talking about areas of influence, relational energy. Now, the elements also have relations to each other. So metal element will have a relationship to the kidneys and the water element, and and all the way through all 5 elements. So it's a cycle. It's a way in which qi, life force energy, moves through our body in different ways. Now, we can look at psychology too. We can say the emotions in our body, where are they held? Well, they're often held here. We call them feelings for a reason because we feel something. So the lungs and the metal element are associated with sadness, grief, depression, the feeling of being down, and even fatigue. And we can transform that energy from sadness, grief, depression into the positive aspects of the lung and the metal quality, which are courage and confidence and inspiration. And you can see it in somebody's physiology. For example, when we're depressed, the chest sinks down and the head drops, and we're feeling depressed. We can see somebody's body language and sort of tell what they're feeling. And when somebody's in the positive aspect of the metal element, they feel upright, they're confident, they're inspired, right? Or like this. And so the way in which we move our bodies really can help process and circulate energy so that we start to feel better, both in our physiology and in our emotional energy bodies. The lungs and the metal element are extremely important because it's the first place where energy comes into your body. Think about it. When you inhale, you're taking energy in. When you exhale, you're letting energy go. Did you know that the lungs are the biggest organ of detoxification? Some people think the skin or the large intestine, but no, 70% of the toxicity in the body is expelled through the exhale. Carbon dioxide being one of the most toxic substances in the body that we need to constantly get rid of to make room for the oxygen to come in. So most of our detoxification happens through the lungs, which most people don't realize. So the way in which you breathe is extremely important to your overall health and vitality. So a little theory on the metal element and the lungs. Let's do a practice. Let's do a nice little practice to help the metal element, to help your lungs, and to help all those relational energies around the metal element: lungs, large intestine, skin, inspiration, courage, confidence. These are all the qualities that we want to cultivate for a positive, healthy expression of the metal element. So we're going to find some pressure points. These are on the lung meridians. I want you to feel your collarbone. Just trace it until that collarbone dips into the shoulder pocket, then go down an inch. And then with your fingertips, just massage right there. These are points on the lung meridian, and while you're massaging these points, I want you to breathe. Breathe nice and deep through the nose. Exhale through the nose, and we're gonna just open the gates to let more energy in. Inhale as you're massaging, nice deep breathing. And then just tap on that point. Let's tap on that point. These are sometimes called the gates. Let the chi in. Right there on the front of the chest. Good, we did one side, let's do the other side. Now we're gonna come across the collarbone, find that point. So where the collarbone dips into the shoulder, then go down an inch and massage. Circle right here. There's 2 pressure points. Lung 1 and 2 are real close together. And what I want you to do is just look for a tender spot in this area. When you find it, massage it. Breathe into it. And then you can move around just a little bit, up or down an inch or 2, and just see if there's any other tender spots. Work it out, open the gates to let more energy in. And then we'll knock on that point. As you're knocking, breathe. Put your hands down to your sides. Feel a little opening right here. Feel a little energy opening. You might even feel some energy moving down your arms. When these points open, we get more chi, life force energy, circulating in our bodies. All right, let's bring our arms up. We're gonna do a movement called Soaring Crane. We're gonna inhale like this. And notice when you inhale, you're pulling those points open. Let the energy in. Then touch first finger and thumb. Exhale and sink your chest back. Open the hands, inhale. Touch first finger, thumb, exhale, and sink your chest back. You're squeezing the breath out. Opening the front of the lungs, and even opening through the rib cage and the back of the lungs. Let the energy in. Exhale. Now, the reason we touch first finger and thumb is because the end of the lung meridian ends right there, first finger and thumb. The thumb is the lung meridian, and the first finger is the large intestine. So this is the metal element paired organs, lung and large intestine. So when we close like this, we touch, we're exhaling the breath, but we're keeping that energy in. And then we open, take in healing energy, hold it in, the energy stays with you. Exhale, carbon dioxide goes out. Inhale. And feel how you're moving the ribs, the chest, making more space for the breath to pour into your body. Take the lungs lower. Take the lungs lower. Take your hands lower. Inhale. Breathe deeper into your lungs. Hands lower, so we're pulling the breath down into the lower parts of the lungs. Do that one more time. Nice deep breath. Relax, relax. Now the chest, those pressure points, the lungs should be charged up with more energy. And you've just done something very healthy and healing for the respiratory system, large intestine, skin, and the full metal element. I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you so much for joining.